INEC extends voter registration deadline in Edo, Ondo states. Okay. We understand that there's continuous voter registration going on in Edo state and Ondo state. And prior to the commencement of that continuous voter registration, we saw what flooding did in Edo state. The Edo State INEC state office was, flooded seriously, and some of the equipments and machines required for this preparation were all damaged. And the INEC chairman Mahmoud Yakubu had to visit and saw exactly what happened and promised to intervene and to help to make sure that the CVR and the election itself, they are not postponed and they will continue as planned. He also said that some of the equipment that got damaged can be borrowed from neighboring states like Delta State. Okay. And along the line too, sometime in the week, we saw how the Labour Party governorship candidate in Edo State, Olumide Akpata, cried out that the continuous voter registration CVR is not going as planned. It's being marred by a bad network, and cried out so that INEC can do something about it urgently. So in line with all of those lineups, okay, the INEC chairman has now agreed to extend the CVR exercise in Edo State and Ondo State to ensure that it is properly done and perfectly completed before the election time. That's a good move, but again, let's dive into the details to get the more meat of the matter. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the deadline for the ongoing continuous voter registration CVR in Edo and Ondo states ahead of the governorship elections in both states later in the year. So INEC National Commissioner in charge of Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumeku, disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday in Abuja. So he said the commission met earlier on Tuesday and among other issues reviewed the ongoing continuous voter registration CVR in Edo and Ondo State, scheduled to end on Wednesday, 5th June 2024, which is today. However, following appeals by stakeholders, the commission has approved extension of the exercise from Thursday 6th to Sunday 9th June 2024 to enable more eligible persons to register. Can you imagine? Similarly, the duration of the exercise is extended from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Furthermore, the number of centers has been increased beyond the 397 wards and the 2 state offices in Benin City and Akure to include all the 36 local government offices of the commission in the 2 states, he stated. So according to him, more machines will also be deployed to areas identified to have peculiar needs such as difficult terrain or communal issues. He said, like the ward registration centers, detailed information on the names and location addresses of the location offices have also been uploaded to INEC website and social media platforms for the guidance of registrants in the 2 states. Meanwhile, the exercise is progressing well in the 2 states. As at yesterday, Monday, okay, that was on the 3rd day for yesterday, okay, 8 days after the commencement of the CVR, a cumulative total of 120,000 new voters have registered. Of this figure, 555,861, which is 46%, are male, while 64,597 amounts to 53.6% are female. Majority of the registered voters, 82,000 or 68% of them, are youths 18 to 34 years of old. So in terms of occupation, 43,000, which is about 36%, are students, while 812, which is about 0.67%, are persons with disabilities. So public should please note that these are preliminary figures. The final figures will be published on state-by-state basis and for all categories of registrant at the end of the exercise and after data cleanup using the automated biometric identification system. Can you imagine? So the commission once again appeals to eligible voters to seize the opportunity of the extension to register, transfer, or correct personal information on their PVCs as provided by law. No further extension will be granted by the Commission, Olumekun added. Can you imagine? It's okay if they have been able to extend it to enable people who have not done so to register. That will be fine, provided it will amount to positive election outcome, because that is how they have done it in Imo State, Kogi State, where at the end of the day, the number of registered eligible voters was less than the number of votes casted. Even the number of accredited voters on the day of election, was lesser than the number of votes that were recorded. To tell you that they completed in the bush, they prepared the report even before the election. But again, Inec looked the other way and still gave outcome. Oh, wow. So people are just registering to have that voter's card in hand for other official purposes. I don't think it's completely for voting, because in Nigeria, where votes don't count, they prepare the result even before the election start. It's quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Okay, so got some comments. Somebody say, so this man is still on this seat. Now the wahala, I'm telling you, stop stressing Inec staff. Just go there and do your normal wuru-wuru. We know you, but one day your cup go full. You go full, oh. The cup go full. Only he wants to rig again. That is it. The guy wants to rig again. And APC is keeping him for a purpose. And until he conducts another election for Tinubu in 2027, he's not going. That is what I see here. He has done a very good job for Tinubu, and so he's getting his reward. Are we saying that this man is the only man who can decide who wins an election with the unsettled issues of 2023 general election? Of course, that is what it means. Quite unfortunate. This man still alive, the man that put Nigeria in big time mess. Not be lie. This is the man who sold Nigeria to the highest bidder. God will judge you all. Time never reach when we go dey vote with NIN. Abi if na census government, what still count those with NIN? Abi? Look at this criminal. Do we still have Inec? So people, I almost say, everybody just saying the same thing. Inec is a big disappointment to everybody in the country. And Inec chairman himself is the architect of the disappointment. And that is why, how can you live a life and do a job where rather than people who come together and bless you and pray for you, they are cursing you and your family and your children? Quite a very bad situation for a man to be. So that is what is happening. No matter how good his intentions are in extending the CVR exercise in Edo and Ondo, Nigerians would appreciate it, because we made the same promises in 2023 election but never fulfilled them. So it's not reliable, it's not dependable, and it's not to be trusted. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comments.